Hi, mamas. Hello, mama jamas. How are you tonight? Hello. Hi, come on in, you guys. Welcome. I'm Christy-Faith. I'm here to answer anything you want to know about homeschooling. Hi, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. I'm Christy-Faith. We can talk all about homeschooling tonight. Hi. Oh, good. Come on in, guys. It's Christy-Faith. It is a cold day here in Denver. It's been chilly. Hi, come on in, everybody. Let's talk homeschooling. Do I have friends in here? Hi, never adjust. You're the first one, girl. Hi, Jennifer Harley. Do I have friends in here? Yes, I do. Welcome, guys. Come on in. I'm Christy-Faith. We can talk all things homeschooling tonight. It is a cold day here in Colorado, and I have not been able to warm up all day, but I kind of like it because I've been drinking hot coffee. Kind Panda, it's you from the email. Okay, Scott, I told someone you are the one with the 8th grade daughter, right? Just verify. There were 2 gals that I have been emailing today and asked you to come live with me. Okay, so I have Brittany and the Kind Panda. Okay. Give me context, ladies. So, so those 2 ladies, Scott, let's make sure to answer their questions tonight because I believe one of them is on the fence about homeschooling. Okay, so ask your questions, girls. Yes.
It's Amy and
I'm here. It's the Panda. It's Miss Panda, Kind Panda 10, and then Never Adjust. Okay, so what are your names? I forget so that we know. Oh, yeah, Brittany is one of them. Hi, guys. Come on in. Good. Awesome. Yes, it's me. You want to, but you're scared. I forget if you are the one. Okay, Kind Panda is Amy. Can you remind me?
Kind Panda, Amy.
Amy. And then Brittany is the other one. Okay, and you want to, but you're scared. Ask me anything because people are still coming in. Hi, I'm Christy-Faith. I'm here to answer all things homeschooling. If you are on the fence about homeschooling, this is where you should be tonight. If you have reservations about homeschooling, if you think homeschoolers are going to end up weird and not socialized, please stick around because I have news for you. And if you are a current homeschool mama who can stay here and encourage and equip and mentor any moms on here, please stay. Comments come in really fast, you guys, so please hop in, help other mamas. Okay, what do we have from Amy and Brittany?
Okay, I was answering somebody.
So glad you came.
Somebody was asking about the group on TikTok.
Okay,
on Facebook.
Sorry. Okay, someone was asking about the group on Facebook, and you answered them.
Yep.
Yeah, because the group closes tonight, so you ask now or never. Okay.
Amy, does the homeschool community do dances, etc., like other schools do? I don't want her to
Yes.
miss out.
Yes, Amy, that's right. Yes, homeschoolers do all of that. We have prom. We do all of the sports. There has never been an instance where I have come across anyone in the homeschool space who felt like their kids were missing out on something. But I want to reframe it for you too, and this was too long to write in the email. I want you to also consider maybe what you don't realize yet, and that is all the opportunities that homeschooled kids get that public school kids will never get. Freedoms they will never get. Travel, all sorts of amazing opportunities that public school kids can never get. So you can argue that on both sides. It's just we worry about what our kids are going to miss because that's the only thing we know. That's why it's so easy to have your mind go there. And the thing is what we do in homeschooling is we design our own families. We design our own families based on what our kids need, their learning styles, their talents, their gifts. And so you can offer your daughter probably when you get in the Facebook groups, like homeschooling Facebook groups, and you find out everything available to you for your 8th grade daughter and in high school, you will be so pleasantly surprised. And the last thing that I want to say, and follow up with more questions, don't leave. The last thing that I want to say, oh no, I lost my train of thought. No, I seriously, it was good. Darn it.
Well, I'll tell you.
Wait, no, I totally lost it. It went like whoop and then whoop. Wait.
Well,
Okay.
RMCQ says this is our first year homeschooling, and I can't keep up with all the opportunities available in the homeschool
Right.
community. There are so
Yes.
many.
Yes. Okay. You just reminded me of what I was going to say. Thank you. See, what would my homeschool mamas have my back? What I wanted to share with you is most often once parents take the dive and moms take the dive into homeschooling, a couple months in, you say all the time, I cannot believe I was worried about socialization. It's like, but you almost have to see it and experience it to believe it. And that is a valid fear. And our society tells us that homeschooled kids miss out on all sorts of stuff. This is what our society tells us. So there is an element of you're always going to fight that, right? Yes. Okay.
And
does Amy have anything?
Not
it was
yet.
Amy, right?
Kendra's so sweet. She said,
Kendra.
Join the Thrive community will be your support system because there's not a lot of support.
I know, right, Kendra? We are mama bears. We support each other. Yes. Good. If you did join, please let us know so we can welcome you here. This is the last night where you can ask me questions. So, and the doors close at midnight.
Yep. Stacy Marie, homeschool can happen anywhere. In the house, zoo, park.
Yes.
Anywhere.
Yes, I love that. It's so good.
Amy says, my daughter's worried about math. She hates it. And they learn so much they honestly don't need.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's talking in public school.
Yeah, there are so many amazing homeschool math curricula options. World class. Yep. And we do in my office hours yesterday in my community, we talked a lot. A lot of the talk was curriculum talk. So that's really fun to do.
She says,
like which curriculum to buy based on your kids' interests and loves and your own philosophy. And do you want a religious curriculum or not, or a secular? So we are a non-sectarian group. We support all faiths in our group. We have atheists, agnostics, Muslims, people of the Jewish faith, people of the Christian faith. We have everybody already there right now.
Amy said, so do different curriculums do different things?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Correct. So Amy, in the homeschool world, so I'm not saying this to overwhelm you, okay? In the homeschool world, there are generally 6 different styles of homeschooling. You are one of those styles, you just don't know it yet. And then the curriculum companies, which there are thousands, the curriculum companies generally are offering you a curriculum within that style. So say you are a Charlotte Mason homeschooler. That's one of the styles. That's the name of a woman who lived in the Victorian era, and she took a twist on classical schooling and made her own style, which is a really cool style. All the styles are really great. And so once you know that you lean towards Charlotte Mason, for example, then you will be able to buy curriculum a lot easier. Because the last thing you want to do, if you want your kid reading beautiful books and being outside and exploring and doing nature journaling, the last thing you want to do is buy something like Abeka or K-12 or do K-12. Because those 2 programs are school at home, where it's like you're replicating public school at home. And there's nothing wrong with those styles, but what will make you burn out is if you buy and spend a lot of money on a curriculum that doesn't fit your heart and your heart's desire for your kids. So we do a lot of that in the group. We talk about how to buy curriculum.
Soul to Luna says, I'm sorry, what's the group about?
Yes, so my group is in founding members. It actually closes tonight at midnight. You can go to the link in my bio, click the very first button, and you can find out all that the group is. It's basically a support group for homeschooling moms, but we do so much more than just support. We offer workshops. We offer office hours with me. You can DM me. We, all sorts of things, and it's all outlined in the link tree.
Somebody asked, how do you find out your true homeschooling style?
So there are lots of quizzes you can take online. I would start there, and they're free. Like, everyone will take your email and then give you a quiz. And then once you kind of have taken a couple of those, and you kind of come out the same, maybe the same 2, then you can kind of take deep dives into some of the intellectuals who are spearheads of those philosophies. That's how I would do it. That's what I did.
Bree Scully asks,
hi, Bree.
How do you get over the fear or worry that you're going to fail your kids?
That's why I started my group. The most common question I get from homeschool moms, I feel like I'm going to mess up my kids. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like a failure. Are they learning enough? I'm not sure if they're learning enough. Are they on track? And you can really stress yourself out. And so in my group, we do a lot of deschooling. That is, we rethink what an education is, because we know what is offered in the public schools. We know that's not really working well. I mean, only 37% of high school seniors are reading at a proficient level. Bullying is at an all-time high. Depression and anxiety are off the charts. We know what the public schools are doing is not serving our children. We know that. So we don't want to do that, but yet we pull them out to homeschool. And so many of us, because that's the only education we've always known, we build that same prison at home, right? We replicate that at home, which is really hard. And the reason why we do that is because no one has ever been able to teach us what an education is. The modern educational system has been around 150 years. That means we were raised in it and our parents were raised in it. There's no one alive who wasn't raised in the progressive educational system as it was designed by John Dewey and all the guys, Johann Fichte and all those guys. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in the group. We are asking ourselves the good questions. Okay, what should my kid actually be learning? Because what we will discover is that it's more about them learning skills and empathy and all of that. That is more important and more valuable and will contribute more to their success than information, right? So Plutarch, I think it's Plutarch or one of the ancients, I think it's attributed to a couple of the ancients. I don't think they actually know who said this, but it was something along the lines of education is not the filling of a bucket. It is the igniting of a fire. So if you think about it that way, and it's the cultivation of a human being, but our school system has turned it into a performance-laden obedience training school where it's not really the smartest kids who get the A's. It's the kids who can obey the best, who are the easiest, who can memorize the easiest. That is who ends up getting the A's. It's not really finding kids' true joy, true gifts. You can't. You're in a classroom of 30. And education was not done this way throughout time. This is new. This is progressive within the last 150 years. In fact, in my book, I'm going to start out my book. I have a cramp in my foot. I'm going to start out my book going over the history of the progressive school system. Yeah.
Sarah,
how it came to be.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I joined. I'm going to try this.
Yay, Sarah. Did you join just now? Yay. Good. I agree. Too much testing. Yep. By the way, I want to assure you, homeschoolers test 15 to 30% higher than conventionally schooled kids. Because make no mistake, even though we're homeschooling, a lot of us have to administer by law the same standardized tests that other kids are given in schools. I have to give the CAT test every other year to my kids. That's the same test the other kids are taking. So the statistics are accurate for comparing the academic performance of homeschoolers versus public schoolers. Also, 87% of peer-reviewed studies have shown that homeschoolers are healthier emotionally, psychologically, and, drumroll please, socially. Homeschoolers are healthier socially. But think about it for a second. Think about it. Makes sense, right? Because what happens in the schools, I should shut up. I'll shut up.
Finish your thought.
Oh, what happens in the schools is not socialization, it's forced association and age segregation. And I don't think healthy socialization is being around 30 other kids your same age. I'll die on that hill.
MD Wilson says, how do you create a schedule for a 6-year-old and twin toddler?
Twins! I have twins. How do you create a schedule? Well, one, you give yourself grace. But in my 26-page How to Homeschool guide, I go over a loop schedule. That might be a good fit for you. So you don't have to do schedules like by the hour and by the day of the week. You can do block scheduling and you can do loop scheduling. So those are two things that you can Google right now. Block scheduling and loop scheduling. I have found that having a day of the week schedule always makes me feel behind. Because sure enough, you're invited for a play date and you want to go, or you have all your kids' dentist appointments one morning. And then all of a sudden you miss the Thursday and then you feel behind. But if you're on a loop schedule, you never feel behind. It's pretty cool. That's why I put it in my 26-page guide, a loop schedule.
And she's a first-time homeschooler.
Yes, welcome. Are you in my group? I want to know if she's in my group. Yay! If you're in my group, let me know tonight if you have any questions about my group. The doors close at midnight, but you don't have to ask me about my group. You can just ask me about homeschooling.
Can we send some hearts to that mama with 2-year-old twins?
Can we send hearts to the mama with 2-year-old twins? You know, you're right, babe. You just brought flashbacks. When I had 2-year-old twins, I had a surprise. Well, I had 18-month-old twins. I had my surprise fourth child. So my twins and my last one are 18 months apart.
She says 2-year-old twins are not for the weak. Amen.
Preach, sister. Preach it. Once they turn 4, it gets better. Oh, can I tell you a funny story? So I had my twins. This is not related to homeschooling. It's not related to anything. Okay. So this is a short story. When I had my twins, I was exhausted. They were preemies. They were fragile. Things were not, they were safe, but it just was really, really hard. And I remember like barely getting myself on a walk, and I walked myself to the park. We had a park kind of close to us. And it was a hard day, and I was down, and it was bad. And I saw there was a dad there, and he had twins. And the twins just looked so happy and playful and all that. And I look at him and I desperately want encouragement. I'm like, oh, you have twins? Yay, right? And I'm going up to him smiling. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah, it gets better once they're 4. And I look straight at him because my twins aren't even 1. And it was such a bad day. And I was like, 3 more years of this. Yeah, that was rough. So,
Sandy asks, will we get to ask you things directly in the group?
Part of the group is you DM me and I DM you back. Yep. You have access to me and for a fraction of the cost of a consultation. Yeah. Tiffany. Like when you look at what you get in the group, it's pretty incredible, the value. Just quite frankly, I don't know if you guys know my background. If you want to know my background, I'm happy to tell you. So I don't want to sound prideful when I say this, but just the DMing is more than worth the cost of the membership. Yeah.
Tiffany, what about...
You can look at my bio to understand why I said that. Yeah.
Tiffany, what about working full-time and scheduling? My son really wants to homeschool, but I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah, do you work from home, Tiffany? We'll wait for her answer. And how old is your son?
I don't know, but we have so many questions tonight.
Okay.
It's absolutely amazing.
So, Tiffany, I work full-time and I homeschool 4, but I work from home. So this is what I want to say about working homeschool moms. It depends on the age of your kids, the type of work, your type of schedule, your spouse, what type of work he or she has, and what kind of support you have outside. So this is what I will say that we all have in common. All of us, when we decided that we wanted to homeschool, it was a decision to really think outside the box. And some moms I know, they had to get themselves on a year or 2 plan to get themselves in a position to be able to homeschool. So it is possible. It's not possible for every working mom, but it is possible for probably more than think it is, right? Because keep in mind, homeschooling is only a couple hours a day. And then once homeschooling is more than that, your kid becomes more independent. So just keep that in mind. Homeschooling does not take 7 hours a day, and your kids are learning more. than the kids who are in school 7 hours a day. But that's not hard to imagine. We all know that already.
MD Wilson followed up with, where is your group located?
My group is in my link tree. It's the very first button in my link tree. And you can read all about it in there. Yes.
Britt.
Hi, Britt.
Working outside the home, homeschooling a middle schooler? Question mark.
Do you want your middle schooler? I don't know if it's even legal to have them alone like that. Is there someone else at home? Yeah, like what are the ages for legally babysitting yourself? Yeah.
Let's see. Tiffany H. How about working full time and schedule? Oh, I asked you that one, Tiffany. Sandy follows up with, I'm afraid my son may ask to go back to public school.
Yeah,
He's
he might.
8, and this is our first year of homeschooling.
Yes, he might. He might.
What is a loop?
What is a loop? A loop schedule I describe in my 26-page download. It's free. It's totally free. It's in my How to Homeschool guide. Basically what a loop is I'm going to explain it really simply. A loop is where you list all of your subjects. And in a given homeschool day, and it's more subjects than you can complete in a day on purpose, right? So I started doing a loop because there were things I wanted to do in my homeschool. Like I wanted to do composer studies and expose my kids to some classical music. I wanted to study the great artists. There were some other things that I wanted to do in my homeschool that I wasn't getting to because the math and the reading, all that was taking too long. So I implemented a loop where I put these things in my loop. So you have a list of maybe, 8, 10 things in a loop, but you don't get to those 8, 10 things a day. You might get to 4 of them, and then your school day ends. But tomorrow, you pick up on that 5th item, and then you go down, and then it's called a loop because then you start back over again at number 1 again. That is, in the simplest terms, what a loop is, and many moms have found it incredibly freeing for their homeschool because they're never getting behind on any subjects, but they're also incorporating those electives and some of the art. Oh yeah, we did, because I wanted to incorporate more art. I signed up for this online chalk pastel art program, and so I put that in my loop. So then when we got there, we went and did the next lesson in that art, and it was just so fun to do it that way. Yeah.
Somebody asked, what makes your group different?
Oh, what makes my group different? Well, first off, there is no one like me in the homeschool world. That's one of the reasons why my publisher approached me. There isn't really anyone who had their career supporting the system and then kind of had an awakening and deschooling, who has that type of background with kids of all learning profiles, special needs, twice exceptional, disabilities, all of that, who is now in the homeschool space. So there's that. I'm sorry, I don't want that to sound prideful, but it's true. And then what we're doing in the group, which is really unique, is we are helping you with the practical day in, day out of homeschooling. So I know firsthand, I have 4 kids, right? You have 20 loads of laundry. The house is a disaster. I don't even know what our kitchen looks like right now, right? There's that day-to-day help, like I'm drowning. How do I get through my day? We help with that. But at the same time, we're also doing the heart work of deschooling, because it's only when we work on this part as well. We help you with this, yes, but it's only when we help with this part too is when you become free and you stop questioning yourself and you stop feeling like a failure or am I going to mess up my kids? You can be free from those worries, but it takes some heart work and it takes some time. And so, but if you can go to the description in my group and read the description, because it's a pretty good one. Yeah.
Jess Rose and some other user asks, what does your day look like with homeschooling?
Man, I still have this cramp in my foot, you guys. What does my homeschool day look like? That has varied as my kids have gotten older. But what I will say is we do get 1 or 2 subjects done before breakfast, and I incorporate chores in my school day. It's seamlessly part of it. so that our house is always relatively tidy-ish, just because that's a more peaceful environment for everybody. I think I only have one kid who doesn't care about mess. The rest of the kids, and you know who that is. But the rest of the kids really enjoy having a tidy home. You know, my home is not perfectly clean, but it is relatively tidy. And as my kids get older, I start to outsource some subjects, like I outsource foreign language. When my kids get older, to some live online homeschool academies, and we do a morning time every day, which we love. That's when we do history and science. We do it all as a family. My oldest can be excused, though. He does not have to participate in that if he doesn't want to, but most of the time he wants to, and he learns a lot from that too. So that's just a little window into what we do.
Yeah. Wasting time. How do you make transcripts?
You make them. Okay, so there are templates everywhere. And when you start to get to the age where you're homeschooling your high schoolers, you'll start going to conferences and you'll get on like the college track, and there's companies where you can pay them money and they will literally do all the work for you. There's consultants that you can hire that will help you make your transcripts. You don't need that though. HSLDA gives you a lot of help, but you make the transcripts yourself. And you're probably thinking, well, how are those transcripts validated? Well, they're validated with SAT and ACT scores, because actually no transcript in any school in America anywhere, accredited or not, is really validated, because you all know kids can cheat their way to an A, right? Some schools, an A is really, really hard to get, and other schools, an A is really, really easy to get. And the College Board knows this. The writers of the ACT and the SAT, they know this. So they have created standardized tests that are based on logic. And it's when those scores match up, and those are the scores that validate kids' transcripts. Pretty cool, right? It's great news for homeschoolers, because we score a lot higher on the SAT and ACT than conventionally schooled kids anyway. So it validates your transcript.
Mrs. Torres, I printed out the Discovery K-12 third grade curriculum, and it just shows what they need for third grade.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Good.
Any recommendations for a lower elementary science curriculum?
A lower elementary science curriculum. So I really love nature study for lower elementary. So I would go with, personally, you're asking my opinion. I would go with a Charlotte Mason. Now, I'm not a Charlotte Mason homeschooler, but I do agree with Charlotte Mason that in the younger elementary years, science should be about exploration and wonder of the world, and through nature study. So that's what I would do.
Julie, I joined the group today. Looking forward to
Julie, yay! Okay, I haven't introduced myself to the new members today, but I will. I will be DMing you soon. Yay, welcome. Come on, guys. Let me know if you've joined the group today. If you have any questions about the group, ask, or just click the link in my bio. You can ask me about the group or ask me anything about homeschooling. That's why I'm here tonight.
Mond Greener, I just joined.
Yay!
I can't keep putting my daughter through school. 9th grader IEP not working. I'm scared.
Oh, yeah. No, we got you, girl. We got you. You know what? There's quite a few moms who are homeschooling starting in 8th grade, 9th grade, even 7th grade, quite a few in the group. And we've made a subgroup for homeschooling your age. So not only are you going to learn from everybody in the group, but you're going to learn and have community with people right in your same boat who are doing it for the first time with you. Yes. Ashley, I joined late last night, was on the Zoom today. Oh, good. You didn't think that Zoom was a hot mess? Be honest. No, it was really fun. It was really great. I enjoyed the Zoom today. Yes.
Becca Alonzo, how do homeschoolers get diplomas? I homeschool.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. So you make a transcript and you turn that transcript into the colleges that you want to apply to, and you do all of the, okay, let me put it this way. If you need a diploma, you make one, or you use a template and you make a diploma if you need one. And sometimes you do, but you just make it. I had a friend who she didn't give her kid a diploma, and then her kid needed it like that day, and she had to like quickly put one together. It was pretty funny. But keep in mind, so it is illegal to discriminate against homeschoolers. And obviously, homeschools are not accredited. So it is illegal to discriminate against a high school that is not accredited. The way colleges know who is ready for college or who can succeed well in their schools is through the SAT and the ACT test, and that validates transcripts. It doesn't just validate homeschool transcripts, it validates all transcripts. Because you can be a straight A student and bomb the SAT, and you can be a straight B student and get a perfect score, because we all know that schools aren't teaching the same material, the difficulty of schools. There's no regulation really regarding content that's taught in schools. So that's why these tests, the SAT and the ACT, that's how they level the playing field. So
lots of people are talking about the Zoom today, and they loved it.
Oh, good! Yay!
Amber, Jazz.
I thought it was weird. Was it weird that I popped in? Okay, you guys, let me know for sure. Was it weird that did I interrupt you guys when I popped into your breakout rooms? Should I not do that, or was that good that I did that? I wasn't sure how you guys felt, or if you wanted me there, like to pop in as like the stranger in your breakout room. So let me know. That was one thing afterwards. I'm like, Jesse, do you think that I shouldn't have popped in to the groups?
No, they loved it.
And then I felt like, anyway, I'm just overly critical of everything. So.
I think Mrs. Torres is in the group.
Yeah, she is.
And she said, is that free? The Zoom free?
Yes, it's part of the group, girl. Yes. We Zoom all the time together. All sorts of things. We do workshops. We do office hours, discussion groups. We're planning a party. That's all part of it. Yeah.
Allie C says, wait, how do I join? Is it linked?
Yeah, it's at the first button in my bio. And I'm glad you came on tonight because the doors are closing at midnight. You can't join after midnight.
Amy says, is there less testing for homeschoolers?
It depends what state you're in, actually. Overall, the answer is yes. So I only have to test my kids every other year. So in my state, yeah, my kids are tested less than public school kids who are tested every year. But I have friends in other states who have to test every year. So yeah. Oh, but are you asking about standardized tests or like school tests? Spelling tests? What was she asking about?
Just testing in general.
Standardized testing in general? Or okay. Yeah. And then if school testing, like spelling tests, history tests, that's another thing that I'm happy to talk about too.
And
how we do that.
And who runs the discussion groups?
I do. I run the discussion groups. With Jessie, who we love. Like, seriously, if you guys make an effort to get to know Jessie, she is seriously, like, when I first met her, I was like, I am never letting this woman go, ever in my entire life. I want to be best friends with this woman forever. And so I haven't let her go. Anyway, she loves me too. But please get to know her. She's been homeschooling. Actually, she hasn't been homeschooling longer than me, because I homeschooled other people's kids before I homeschooled my own. But she has been homeschooling her own kids for more years than I have been homeschooling my own kids. That's a better way to say it.
Yeah. Somebody says testing doesn't really measure how much learning is happening.
Mm-mm. No, testing measures logical thinking. Standardized testing does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if they don't pass the required test, says Mondegra?
For what?
Probably the standardized test.
Oh, okay, so usually your state says that they need to reach a certain threshold, 25th percentile. It's very hard not to pass the minimum threshold. They just want to know who's homeschooling. But so to frame your mind on that differently, so a lot of people, not saying you, but a lot of people homeschool because their child has special needs. And so the state can't say, maybe a child with special needs will never be able to score well, but that parent still has the right to homeschool, like even if the scores are low. So it's interesting that states will put stuff in there but they can't really enforce it, because to enforce it would be violating more laws. And HSLDA is really good at this. So if you're worried about the legality of homeschooling, you need to join HSLDA. I do not work with them at all. I'm not connected with them at all. And the second thing that I want to say, it is absolutely essential that you homeschool legally. You must homeschool legally and follow all of your state laws.
Is there a good course for middle schoolers on nailing the test? Oh, yes.
Yes, there is. Go to College Prep Genius and take their online course starting in junior high at your child's own pace. I'm telling you what I do. I taught test prep for 17 years. I'm telling you what I do. That will get, and then you take that test again. So I am a firm believer that test taking strategies and the logical thinking behind tests should be a subject in all homeschools if your child is college bound.
Can you repeat the prep site?
College, someone can write it too. College Prep Genius. And name drop, because Jean and I are friends. But no, she does do it right. She does do test prep right. And I don't teach test prep anymore, so that's who we use.
Allie, see,
and I think I have a coupon code for her.
Yeah, it's in the link tree. Just go to the link tree.
Yeah, there's a coupon code in the link tree for her. Yeah. She's a wonderful human being. I love representing companies that I'm very picky. That's why for someone of my size following, I don't have very many people in my link tree.
Allie C, does the 1997 cover if I have 2 kids?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's for you. It's because it's for you. Because I'm going to feed you if you let me. That's what I'm here for. Because who's going to feed? Well, you're busy feeding your kids all day long. You're feeding them emotionally. You're feeding them physically with actual food. You're feeding them their education. Who's going to feed you? And that's me. That's what I'm called to do. It's what I was put on earth to do, is to feed you.
Jess Rose, is 4th grade too early to start prep? Test prep?
Yes. Yeah. It is too early. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd start about 7th grade.
Yeah.
Would you agree, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Now, don't get me wrong. In our center, we did test prep for 4th graders. We did.
I mean, if you're playing that private school game.
Yeah, like if you're putting your kid in private school, you have to take the ISCE and stuff like that. But
Jess Rose asks, when should we start logic? What age?
Junior high with like art of argument, the informal logic, junior high. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you are of the style that you want your kid to be a logical thinker, which I am. So.
Can you briefly go over what with a consultations include, like what sort of coaching we can receive?
Yeah. So with a consultation, even though you're booking a 1-hour time slot, it's actually 3 to 4 hours of my time outside of the consultation. Once you book it, I start texting you with all sorts of questions. If your child has any assessments, I ask to read them. Any IEPs, I want copies. Everything's confidential, of course. And we hammer out exactly what your goals are for the consultation so that I make sure you leave the consultation with the exact information that you wanted. So some parents, they have a consultation with me because they just want to gather information in order to make an informed decision about homeschooling. Awesome. There are other parents whose kids have special needs, and they do not know where to start, what curriculum to buy, anything, what kind of schedule to keep. So they book a consultation for that reason. And then we have the consultation and we talk over all the things and you ask me questions and all that. And then after the consultation, I email you kind of like a next steps document. So even though you're booking 1 hour, it's generally 4 to 5 hours of my time total. Yeah.
MD Wilson asked, what kind of things are available in the group?
Okay, so the group is so cool. So we offer 6 main things in my group. Number one, we have a monthly theme, and there is a workshop pertaining to that theme. So this month, the workshop was last week, and I did a workshop on how to thrive and not just survive the holidays. It was absolutely wonderful. We are in February, our theme for the month is going to be burnout, because so many moms get really tired and burnt out around February and they don't know what to do, like how to get over that hump. I am bringing in experts in their particular field. So I'm already looking into a parenting expert. I have already contacted a really amazing therapist who's going to come in and help us discover what self-care really is, because our society tells us that it's spending money and it's not. And then in the summer, we're going to have, our theme will be how to choose curriculum. So there's a monthly theme and a workshop. Okay. That workshop is available on replay for you. So you don't have to match up your times always. Every month, a week after the workshop, we have a discussion group on the workshop. And that was today, which was led by me and Jesse. And we ask questions and we go into breakout rooms and we really get to know each other and talk about the theme of the month and what we implemented and things like that. The third week of the month, we offer a deliverable. And this deliverable is designed to make homeschooling easier and life-giving and joyful for you. So I don't know if you guys saw on my website, I have the Holly and Ivy study guide. It's a Christmas book that's absolutely lovely. And we made a 5-day, very Charlotte Mason-y study to do with your family. And there will be one deliverable a month, because we all want to be that fun, spontaneous homeschool mom. We want our kids, when they're adults, to look back on their homeschooling days and be thrilled that they were homeschooled. And to do that is we got to create really good memories for them. So we are creating one item a month that helps you be the fun, spontaneous homeschool mom that we all want to be, but the entire thing is planned for you. So you don't have to spend all the work, because that's why we don't do it. It's too much research. It's too much time. The fourth thing we deliver, or the fifth, whatever, is office hours with me. So that is one time a month where you come in and you can ask me face-to-face your specific questions. That is done in a group setting. The fifth thing we do is you can DM me with any homeschooling question that you have, and I get back to you within a guaranteed amount of time. And then the last thing is you get community with other homeschool moms. I have a team in there. I have mentors. And there are a lot of women in there with amazing talents, and it's really important that you guys connect with them and get to know one another. So there's 6 main things my group offers, and you get that for $20 a month right now, but that ends at midnight. So the group is actually valued at $40 a month, which is the price in the spring when it opens, but right now is founding members. It's been open for about 3 weeks, but it closes tonight at midnight.
How long should you work with kinders? Her attention is
so
short.
An hour, under an hour. And make sure you're not working more than 10 minutes on any subject. Yeah. Kinders. No. Have fun.
Oh, Jess says, there's a chart for how much time you spend with each child based on grade. Thanks, Jen. There is. I have a chart in there on how much time you should spend per day by your kid's age and grade. In what?
In my How to Homeschool guide. The 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. You guys are making me lose my breath tonight. Wait, just give me a second.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, I do 60 minutes a day, but throughout the day. Yeah, that's great.
Perfect. Split it up.
Emily Brooks, I only have one child. I'm afraid it'll be boring for him to be homeschooled.
Okay, so no, it won't be. And we have quite a few homeschoolers of singletons in my group, and there's subgroups in my big group for people. You can be in groups of people in the same life experience as you. So we have a little subgroup of parents of onlys. We have a subgroup of parents of preschoolers, a subgroup of parents of high schoolers, a subgroup of special needs within the larger group. Yeah.
And someone wanted to know, Panda Amy here.
Panda, oh good, you're still here.
How long are you enrolled if we sign up for the group today?
Well, you're enrolled forever, but you can leave whenever you want. It's like a subscription.
Yeah.
Yep. But you can leave whenever you want for whatever reason you want, and I'll still love you.
Tori.
Because I don't want you in there if you're not getting value.
Tori,
Yeah.
best program.
Tori sent me pictures. I should ask more moms to send me pictures because Tori, that was so helpful to get your pictures in the DMs. Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah. How much to join the group? Asked
Tara. $20. And can I just say that just the ability to DM me is worth more than the $20. And if you're questioning that, you can just look at my bio to know my background. It's very weird to talk about myself that way. It's like, it makes me uncomfortable.
Happy Camper, how can you connect to a homeschool community?
My community or like locally? I think she's asking locally.
Maybe.
Facebook. The best way to do it, find your local groups, is Facebook.
And it closes, they're asking, what time zone does it close at?
Mountain, right?
Pacific.
Oh, Pacific?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's Mountain. No, I'm sorry, it's Mountain.
It's Mountain. Did you forget where you live? You live in Colorado.
Okay.
We used to live in California, that's why. Yeah, our time.
Oh, Krista's
midnight.
I'm your new Voxer bestie.
Yay! Did you get my Voxer, Krista? Good. Sometimes Voxer's just easier.
Aravello, do you help with a mom struggling implementing a solid rhythm or routine schedule?
Yes. I was Voxing a mom today just about that. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love doing it. This is what I was put on earth to do. I'm not kidding you guys. Like I thought my career was over when we sold our company in 2018. I thought I was done and I was just going to raise my kids. I now realize it's like crazy that all of that 20 years that I had, all that experience, it wasn't for that. It was for now. It was for this next chapter. That whole career I had was training ground. It's wild it's like, I'm stunned sometimes. And I get like butterflies in my stomach when I realize the magnitude of the purpose that was put before me. It can get heavy at times. Just like, how can a homeschool mom like me have 200,000 followers on TikTok? Like, what? Right? Like, brands are coming after me every day. I just signed a book deal. Like, what? And it's just like, okay, all right, I guess I just need to obey. I need to obey. And moms need help. Obviously, moms need help. Okay, I'm going to help. I can help. I have the academic chops. I've worked with every type of student. I will do it. It's just this weird, like, walk through the next step and just obey. It's like, have you guys ever had that? It's crazy.
Glam Beauty by Renee. I'm about to jump off and join now. She's on Instagram.
Awesome. Yay, Instagram. We love you too, Instagram. We love you too.
Yep.
We love TikTok more.
Tori says, oh my gosh, haven't been on Voxer in like 8 years. Marco Polo, guys?
No! Tori, I don't want to always feel like I have to look good. Voxer is, no, Voxer. I love Voxer. Yeah.
So sweet. Yeah, everybody's just.
Oh.
They're being great.
Oh, you guys are so nice.
Oh, somebody's asking about road schooling again.
Road schooling is so cool. Is Mary here tonight? No. Oh, Kayla's here. And Tori's here. I'm starting to recognize usernames. Okay, sorry. Get me back on focus. Road schooling.
Tell me
Okay.
more about road school. So,
road schooling is traveling. It's, an amazing dad that I know. They just sold all their stuff, bought an RV, and they travel all around the United States, and they homeschool. And there are a lot of families that do it. It's becoming really popular, and what an amazing childhood, right? So like it's one of those things where you're like, but they're missing prom. But what are all those other kids missing that these road school kids get to have? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Road schooling's pretty cool. I have a dream. Like maybe I want to do it for a summer. 4 kids. We have 4 kids. We would need to rent a big. Would we rent it? Rent one of those things?
I don't want to own one.
You don't want to own one? Where would we keep it?
We wouldn't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Living upside down, I'm trying to talk my husband into summer road schooling.
Yes, summer road schooling. Let's talk our husbands into it together.
Lindsay Stark, what platform is your community on?
It's on Mighty Networks.
Miss Torres, what do you recommend for free website science social studies for 3rd grade? Special needs friendly.
Oh boy, you can.
She should DM you.
You're asking for a unicorn. No, I'm not. Okay, free? Up to what grade? Good and the Beautiful is free up to a point. Easy Peasy is free. K-12. What other free ones are there? Oh, Ambleside Online. Ambleside Online's free. Yeah. There's lots of free. You could literally just Google free homeschool curriculum, and there's all these bloggers that come up with lists of the free options.
I'm about to get
I don't homeschool with free curriculum, so I'm familiar, but not intimate, let's put it that way, with the free options.
Oh, humble and beauty. I was homeschooling, my husband died. Now I feel public school is the only choice.
Oh, humble and beauty. Can we give her some love? I am so sorry about your loss. I am so, so sorry. And you know what? You're not going to get judgment here. If part of your healing journey is that your kids need to go back in public school, then that is your healing journey, and that is what you need to do for your family, okay? Yes, I'm pro homeschool, but I don't think homeschooling is the right thing for everybody. Right? So I'm glad you're here and that you said that, because it's really important that especially pro homeschoolers don't fall into a place of judgment, which I absolutely can't even imagine the pain that you're going through and your kids, and you need to do what you need to do for your family. And we support you. Us, the homeschool community, supports you in whatever you need to do. So sorry. So, so sorry you lost your husband.
How do you get started with a preschooler?
With preschool, you use a really gentle play-based curriculum, something like, if you want, you don't even need a curriculum, but if you want your life easier and you want your lessons planned for you, you do something like a year of playing skillfully, or The Good and the Beautiful, or simply Charlotte Mason, or Gather Round. You just do a gentle little preschool that's really nice and fun. Yeah.
Humble and Beauty just said that.
Yeah. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Can homeschooling work for a kid with ADHD?
It works better for a kid with ADHD. So here's my special needs soapbox, okay? The system fails kids who do not fit in the box. If you look at the statistics for special ed, they're terrible. It is a very shaming system for those kids. Whether it is verbally communicated or not, it is communicated to them they are stupid. And I just want to say there is nothing wrong with a child who has ADHD. That child is wired differently. So many of us are wired differently, but our school system has kids on a conveyor belt factory style, where if you don't learn exactly how the system says you need to, you are then labeled. And you're either labeled gifted or special needs or twice exceptional, okay? So, but either way, you're told that you don't work. And it's a very shaming system, and it makes me sick to my stomach. And so I'm a firm believer that if a child has special needs, that alone is a reason for a parent to consider homeschooling. Now, I'm not saying every parent should homeschool, and I'm not saying every parent can homeschool, but having a child with special needs is very much a reason to homeschool, because you can do such a better job, and your kid can be free, and you can do interest-led learning, and they can have time with their, you know what I mean? Like, these kids are differently wired. There's nothing wrong with them. There's wonderful things about them that can be fostered and fed, but they're not fed. They're starved in the public school system. But homeschooling gives you the opportunity to be a student of your child and to provide for them the most robust feast of an education that is completely tailored to them. It's just the coolest thing. So yes, you can homeschool your child with special needs.
Oh, just so much
Yeah.
love for that. And
Yeah.
my ears are up on what you're saying, says Miss Torres.
Yeah.
Special needs mom.
Yes.
You got me crying.
Yes.
Gina Perez, yes.
I'm sick of children being told they're dumb. I'm sick of it.
Gina Perez, yes. I've joined your group and I have 3 with autism.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad you were there today,
Emily
Gina.
Brooks.
I know you were in the Zoom.
Emily Brooks just joined. I honestly just want to support from like-minded people. My family is so critical of me.
Oh, Emily. Oh, girl. Well, you just joined a bunch of mama bears who got your back, okay? Yeah. We're going to help you. You're going to have the support that you need with us. Yeah.
Average American mother and wife says, and lots of kids don't fit in the box nowadays.
Lots of kids don't. Yep.
Kimberly just signed up.
Kimberly, welcome to the group. Yay! I can't wait to meet you.
That's awesome.
Yay! If you've joined, put it in so I can welcome you. If you have any questions about what my group is, it is open until midnight tonight. And but I'm not here to only talk about the group. I'm here to answer your homeschooling questions too.
Oh, Sarah DeAngel needed this. Thank you.
Oh,
Right.
good, Sarah. Okay, good. Are you in the group?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Aravello's joining.
Hi, Aravello. Yay! I can't wait to meet you. Yay! It's like insane, you guys, like how much this group is needed. Yeah. It's overwhelming.
I've been thinking about joining for a while. Heading over to join tonight.
Good. I'm so glad you're joining. Yay!
Nicole just joined.
Nicole, welcome. Wow, this is crazy. Gangbusters joining. Good, good, good. Can't wait to meet you all.
Oh,
We have Zooms all the time. We'll meet, we'll DM, we'll be in office hours, we'll be in parties, we'll be drinking wine. We're going to have the best time.
MD Wilson, I'm sick of the testing and the one-size-fits-all education.
Yeah.
And let's see, user what's going on says public school has crushed my ADHD child spirit.
Are you homeschooling? Is she homeschooling now?
I hope so.
Yeah, it does crush their spirit. It does, and it can. I have a whole playlist on special needs. I have read thousands of IEPs. Yeah.
Lindsay Stark, do we have any working homeschool moms in the group? I'm about to transition back to working at home.
Yes, you're looking at one. Yeah, we have a lot of working homeschool moms.
An Apple user. I want to join. I'm wondering what support looks like. Is it more than just chat forums?
Oh, yeah. So there's 3 opportunities a month where you will Zoom with me under different contexts. You get to DM me. You get a deliverable every month. I describe it in the bio. And then I'm aiming for quarterly parties. Those are just for fun. And they're not like part of what you're paying for. They're just something that we want to do for fun. But yeah, so it's a lot of FaceTime with me and other people. And also there is a posts and a chat forum, but I don't consider that the value. There's a lot of deliverables in the group to support you and to get us all free in our homeschooling. Like, we all are questioning ourselves. Am I messing up my kid? Am I doing enough? Are they going to turn out weird? Will they be able to get into college? All those things. That's what we work on in the group, as well as helping you with your day-to-day. And simple questions like what's a good curriculum for blank? Like all of it, we help.
Jenna Schultz, my son doesn't start kinder till fall. Will the group be helpful until then, or should I wait?
Oh, yeah. So we have moms of preschoolers in it. And you're starting in the fall. That's really up to you. If you want to start now, the price will be double in the spring. So maybe do the math on that. And probably the long-term math is better. But you can start planning now and asking questions, figuring out what type of homeschooler that you're going to be. There are quite a few moms in there who are not homeschooling right now, but they have decided to, so they're in there to learn. Because you're going to need to buy curriculum, you're going to need to have support, right?
Yep.
You'll certainly learn a lot. Yeah.
Jess Rose, she's a member of the group. There should be
Hi,
a
Jess.
Zoom for subgroups so we can make friends.
Yes. So that is something that we are going to encourage. That's not something I'm going to do because there's like 15 subgroups. So I can't be on Zoom like 24 hours a day. But I want to be invited to your Zooms. I absolutely agree. There should be Zoom times and little sub parties for homeschoolers of preschoolers or high school homeschool moms. And I hope that you guys invite me to those. And those don't need to be part of the group per se. But you know what? The more that you are intentional about connecting with the other moms in there, the more you're going to get out of the group. Yeah.
Rhino Roselle loves your hat.
Thank you. You know why I'm wearing the hat? There's 2 reasons. Number 1, I have not been able to get warm all day. I've been drinking hot drinks. It's a really cold day here in Denver. And number 2, I'm in a hair crisis. And I just didn't feel like fussing with it today. So I was like, it's cold anyway. I hate my hair right now. So we're going to just wear a hat.
Kendra's awesome. I'm willing to help with subgroups.
Kendra! Okay, we'll talk, Kendra. You're just so willing to do everything, Kendra. She saved my life today on the Zoom. She did. Thank you.
E. Dallas, I'm doing distance learning where I'm the learning coach with the public schools lesson.
Yes. Do you like that? Do you want to continue doing that? Or did you want to homeschool? Or what's your story?
Jess Rose, so sweet. I would help too.
Oh, Jess. Okay, you guys. Okay. So we're going to start suggesting stuff like that after Christmas. And actually, there's quite a few things we're rolling out in the coming year, but everything is so new right now, I'm not mentioning those things yet.
Oh, Tori also. I'll help.
Oh, Tori! Awesome! I have a cutie that just came in her pajamas, in her Christmas pajamas. You look cute. That's my little one. How you doing? Good.
I have a third grader. How do I motivate to do writing?
Okay. A 3rd grader motivate to do writing. Are you talking about...
Writing story.
Okay, thank you. You knew what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
There are a lot of reasons why kids lack motivation. So this is one of those things where there's more questions than answers. But I can give you a couple of suggestions just from what we know from research and working with kids for 20 years. Sometimes kids, when something is really difficult for them, they will act unmotivated because they don't know how to tackle the task and they don't have the words to express to you that they're really overwhelmed. Very, very common. Sometimes kids will appear to be unmotivated if they are struggling with perfectionism. That's a whole nother thing to deal with. Sometimes there could be something as simple as there's an issue, a learning issue, or an issue with their eyes. And so it's easier to not be motivated and to not want to try. So there could be something physical. There could be something going on with their learning. There could be something emotionally going on. But what I will say is humans are born loving to learn. So as a homeschool mom, we can be the student of our students and really try to observe. Like maybe there is a parenting tweak that you need to make. For example, a really common parenting mistake, and I want to say this gently. I'm not saying you're doing this. I'm just saying this is a common mistake. It's actually the subject of my most viral video, is when parents praise results or innate ability. So that means praising your kids for their grades or telling your kid all the time how smart they are. That ends up backfiring. There are studies that prove this. You can buy the book Mindset by Carol Dweck. You can buy the book Punished by Rewards. They go into the research behind growth mindset and why praising results and innate ability is not helpful for children. It does not create resilient adults. So, kids, if they feel like they're not going to get it right, sometimes it's just easier not to try. So it's very important as parents that we're praising effort, we're praising the things that are within our kids' control and behaviors that are repeatable. So for example, if a kid struggles in math, it's really helpful to praise them for following the order of the operation because that is within their control, and not praising them for getting the right answer. Because they can work equally as hard and get the right answer, and then work equally as hard and get the wrong answer. And both of those behaviors are behaviors that we want. So just something to chew on.
Over on Instagram, Blessed Little House. Hi. How do you navigate a child that is wanting to go to school? We've always homeschooled. She's in 7th grade.
And she is wanting to go to school. So a 7th grader on Instagram, 7th grade mom, and her child wants to go to school. So, okay, a couple of things. One is you know what's best for your daughter. And I don't know what that is. Maybe that is going back. I don't know what that is. But you as the parent, it is our responsibility to observe our kids and to really try to figure out what is best for them. We also need to ask ourselves, why do they want to go back? Is there something they're missing in their homeschool experience that maybe I need to work on as the parent to give them that? And ultimately, she's been on this earth, 14 years? And you've been on the earth a lot longer. And they don't always know what is best for them. In fact, I would argue that most of the time they do not know what's best for them. That's our job. It's our job to train them. At that age, though, what I will say is you can involve them in the conversations, pretty intellectual ones at that age, regarding why you have chosen homeschooling. I would encourage you that you listen to her. Make a list of the reasons why she wants to go back and talk about each of those things and make sure that you really hear her. And, but ultimately the decision is yours. The decision shouldn't be hers. Heaven forbid if kids were allowed to make all their own decisions. Right? Lord of the Flies.
Panda Amy here.
Look, I'm so glad you're still here, Panda Amy.
My daughter is really scared she'll lose out on her school friends and feel left out.
So there might be a transition period. If there are a couple friends that you like, that you want her to keep, be intentional about keeping those friends. Making sure you're setting up those play dates and those times. What would probably eventually happen is just like when adults, when we move, like we recently, 5 years ago, we moved states. But, not all those, we kept close with the friends we wanted to keep close with. And we let the other friends drift away, and that's okay. That's a normal part of life. But we've made new friends. And that's what's going to happen with her, is she's going to make new friends in the homeschool space that she loves, and she's going to be able to keep those other friends that she loves from the public school. So,
Jess Rose asked, do you recommend any other homeschool books that are a must-read for moms of homeschoolers?
Oh, yeah, there's so many really good books. Well, pretty soon it's going to be my book. But that's not coming out till 2024. So I really like John Taylor Gatto. One of my favorite books of all time is Hold On to Your Kids by Gordon Neufeld and Gabor Mate. Neil Postman, Gem. let's see, I mentioned John Taylor Gatto, Hold On to Your Kids. Of course, Carol Dweck's Mindset. What are some other Crimes of the Educators? That's a really good one. For John Taylor Gatto, start with Dumbing Us Down. He can be kind of intellectual. I feel like that's his most relatable book. Who else, babe? There's so many, but those are off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Christian homeschooling books that are really good. So for faith-based homeschooling books, a fantastic one is For the Children's Sake. That is a great one. Susan Macaulay. Susan Schaefer Macaulay, I think that's her name. And of course, Well-Trained Mind, Susan Weisbauer.
Okay, we should wrap up pretty soon.
Okay.
There's a few more questions we'll get to.
We'll get to your questions. Oh, you're right. Teaching from rest. How could I forget? I'm so glad you said that.
Mrs. Torres.
Teaching from rest.
Do you let your kiddo wake up whenever they want, start school whenever?
No, I don't, but a lot of families do. But we don't. That's just our preference. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Part of it is because I'm a working mom, so I do need to keep it somewhat of a schedule.
Eric asks,
a dude! Do we have a dude in here?
I think so.
Yay! Welcome, Eric.
Thoughts on teaching a foreign language to homeschoolers?
Yeah, I outsource it. Yes, teach a foreign language or 2 or 3 to your homeschooler. I don't. Did someone give me a crown for outsourcing? Wait, how do I put the crown on? It went low on my screen. Could the crown go up? Yes, on foreign language, it is something that I have decided from the get-go of my homeschooling that I just don't want to teach myself, so I outsource that. Yeah.
All right, so we should.
Okay, any more questions about the group, you guys? Oh my goodness, someone gave me like one of That's new? That's pretty cool. Oh, thank you for the heart. Online homeschool academies. I do live classes when I outsource.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, B. Kayla, I should have started a group today. A habit task, wrapping presents.
You did good.
With your lives.
Good. So I need to take your advice because I was just down in my basement and thinking to myself, oh crap, this is hours of work. When are we going to do that, babe?
I don't know.
Okay. I love you guys. Yay. If you have not joined my group, you have until midnight tonight to join it. Then the doors are closing. And I'm talking closing, okay? Because they need to close. So join. It's if you want to. The info is the very first button in my bio. And if you join, I cannot wait to see you on Zoom sooner than later. Lots of live Zooms when you join my group. Yes. Outsource the wrapping. Amen, sister. Okay.
Chrissy Romero, real quick. I'm 8 months pregnant. Feel like I barely have energy for homeschooling. Any tips?
Oh. Yes. Take a break. Take it easy. Just think of those 2 subjects that it's like, okay, those need to happen, and just do those. You have time. You can take breaks if you, and then you can work through the summer when your baby's a little bit older. That's just off the top of my head. So.
Daisy Locke joined.
Daisy, welcome to the group. Yay! I'm so glad that you guys are joining the group. I can't wait to meet you. If you have any more questions about the group, just go to my link tree. It's the very first button, okay? All right. Love you guys. Mwah. Have a good night.